dance, make it hurt.
G'day guys, how's it going? Welcome back to Sam Kitchen. My name is Sam Lin. I'm just an ordinary home cook who's passionate about sustainability and save money by making things at home. And hopefully I'll be able to help you do the same in your own kitchen as well. So this week's recipe is a really basic ingredient that most of you would have at home, in your pantry and your fridge, which is over here, some homemade mustard, some homemade whole grain mustard. I've been out of mustard for a couple of weeks now and I just didn't really feel like going to the shops and buy another jar to create another. Yes, I can make it cheaper at home, but at the same time, the jar that I purchased that I have no use of. I've accumulated so many jars in my pantry throughout the time, and I always think that, yeah, I'm going to make some, I'm going to be making something and they'll become useful, but really the rate of purchases compared to the rate that I use the jars, they just don't add up, and then they just keep building up and building up and building up. That's why I looked into how to make mustard at home, and this recipe is super simple. It's following Joshua Weissman's Lacto Fermented mustard, which I will put the link to his video down in the section below. He is an amazing cook. If you guys are not following him already, go check him out. Not only his recipes are great, his sense of humor, his quality of production is just, someone I really look up to. Back onto the food, lacto fermented mustard. So lacto fermentation, my interpretation is just a 2% salt kind of fermentation, which is really the most basic way that you can ferment your food. So by 2% salt, it's usually 2% salt within 100% solution. So for example, if you're fermenting something, you put 100 grams of water and then also put 2% salt, which is 2 grams of salt in there, and put your fermentee in there. And then the fermentation will build up over time, and the lacto fermentation really gives your ferment a really nice, not just a salty flavor, which is quite subtle, but also a natural acidity that builds out, which is really different from vinegar. It's a really nice and pleasing, balanced kind of acidity. And then on top of that, it prevents your food from rotting as well. So I'm really keen to dig into more of the fermentation kind of recipe. They're usually really low effort, but it makes your food last for so much longer. It's such a low effort recipe, but the output is so good. You get a really nice spiciness out of the mustard, freshness of the mustard seeds, that little mustard seeds popping in your mouth. It's just not comparable. Plus, it's a lot cheaper. 250 grams of mustard seed costing me $1.88. Can't wait to show you how it's done. Stay to the end for my cost breakdown and you'll be able to know how to make all of these at home at a fractional cost. Enough of my bullcrap and let's get cooking.
This mustard might have been the easiest recipe I've done on this channel so far. Let's jump right into it. To make mustard, we'll need some dry mustard seed. I'm just using yellow mustard for this recipe. If you have brown mustard handy, sub the yellow mustard with half brown mustard for extra kick. Next, we'll need some vinegar. I happen to have some apple cider vinegar with me, so I thought I'd use it for some extra flavor. Some water to hydrate our mustard. In Josh's recipe, he used some grains of paradise. It's just some fancy way of describing some crack. In our budget recipe, I'm using black peppercorn as a substitute. Feel free to add additional spices like herbs, turmeric, etc. and etc. Last but not the least, some salt for our lacto fermentation. I'm using the full 250 grams of mustard with 450 grams of water for this recipe, so I've got a jar that is roughly 750 ml to allow for some room for stirring and fermentation. As always, we're working with a scale and we'll be weighing everything out in grams. No, I don't feel sorry for people who are still measuring with cups and spoons. I mean, come on, why are you doing that to yourself? Upside of working in grams is that you can easily adjust a recipe and make a smaller batch by doing some really basic math. First, we'll put all of our 250 grams of yellow mustard in a jar. If you have brown mustard, a half and half is pretty classic too. Next up, we've got some black peppercorn. Weigh out 2 grams of black pepper and we'll crush it up in mortar and pestle. Black pepper here adds a really nice fragrance to our mustard. It's one of those spices that's much better kept as whole, and only crush it up or grind it up on demand to keep the flavor intact. I'd recommend buying black peppercorn over ground up pepper any day. Crush up the black pepper in mortar and pestle until it's fine and consistent, and we'll add it back into our mustard. Next, we'll be adding our salt. 2% to 450 ml of water is 9 grams of salt. And that really is all of our dry ingredients. Next, we'll give it a good mixy mix to combine all of our dry ingredients. Once done, we'll add 450 grams of water to our mustard. And then 45 grams of apple cider vinegar. Normal vinegar should work just fine too. That's all of the ingredients required. We'll give the mixture a good stir to make sure that the salt is all dissolved and everything else is well combined. Once it's done, we'll put it away and let the lactic acid do its work. Lacto fermentation doesn't have much to do with dairy or milk, but it's a process where bacteria, yeast, mold, or fungi break down carb and turn it into acid, gas, or alcohol. The fermentation creates gas, so you want to make sure that you don't fully seal the container, otherwise with the pressure building up, you're basically making a little bump in your kitchen. Here's a trick that I learned from Brad Leone from Bon Appetit. Hey, yeah, Brad. Instead of sealing the jar and having to release gas on a regular basis, use a rubber band to tie it down, and the elasticity will let the gas out when it builds up. Make sure the lid is shut so you don't get flies or ants in there. Last thing to do is always label your food so you know when it's made, and also it's a chance to call it a tart. Here's a nice time lapse of the mustard soaking up all of the liquid over 6 hours. Last week's potato salad recipe, I used the mustard that I made in this video. Go check out the recipe for some of the best picnic food if you haven't already. And that's our mustard done. Leave it to ferment in room temperature for 3 to 7 days based on your personal preferences. The longer you leave it to ferment, the funkier it gets. I put mine in the fridge at around 7 days mark. The cost breakdown is as below. 250 grams of mustard at $7.50 a kilo equals to $1.88. 45 grams of vinegar at $1 a litre equals to 4.5 cents. 9 grams of salt is about 1 cent. 2 grams of black peppercorn and $20 a kilo equals to about 4 cents. 700 ml of whole grain mustard costed us $1.97.5 to make, compared to the supermarket mustard which ranged from $2 to $3.50 per 200 ml. Just think about the savings.
Alright, and there we have it. That's our mustard. After about 7 days of fermentation, I was pretty happy with the flavor. I then put it in the fridge and it can stay in the fridge for months. This is a fermented product, and then the vinegar, the lacto fermentation should keep your mustard good for a very long time. But obviously make sure you label your food so you know when you made it, so just as a preference really. I was tasting the mustard as we go from day 1, day 2, up to day 5, up to day 7. What I noticed is that the spiciness of the mustard seeds actually mellowed out a lot as time went on. And then what came in is the lacto fermentation, the really nice and mild acidity starts to seep in, and which works really well with the saltiness and the acidity. Just gives it a really nice balance to the mustard itself. So I really encourage you to try to make this at home. This bunch of mustard costed us less than $3 and it will last you for ages. Mustard is so versatile, right? You can cook meat with it, you can make it into any of your salad dressing, make it into a little vinaigrette, and then just mix it through with your salad. It's so good. The little pops of mustard seeds, it's just incredible. It's really crunchy. I'm not sure you can hear it. It's the same but better compared to the store-bought mustard. You can taste more of the mustard, less of the vinegar. kind of flavor. I really enjoy the process of making this really quick fermentation. I really encourage you to try to make this at home and save you some money. With that said, if you're still watching at this point, thank you very, very much. Your support really means a lot to me. Give the video a like if you enjoyed it. Consider subscribing if you want to see new videos on a weekly basis. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.